Alright, so today's video, we are watching a Silver 2 DPS on PC, playing some Freja on Rialto. They say, hi, I wanted to share this match because I feel like it perfectly embodies the idea that better stats don't automatically mean a win. All of the players on my team had really good KDA, but it still ended up being a super intense game, and upon watching the replay, I saw a lot of bad plays on my part, really impulsive ult usage, panic aim, positioning in bad spots when I get punished, or what I got punished for, etc. I'd really love advice on how to make more of an impact on my games, because most of the time I feel incredibly static and non-impactful as a team player. I'll say this much with Freja, I myself am still learning a bit on Freja, so I won't be able to be like, oh yeah, it's Freja, do this, but I can definitely tell you what your position is at, your ult usage, etc. So, here we go. Got a broken keyboard to start off here, it looks like. Like that Genji spray. Seems like a normal start here. Going for spam, long range, nice shot, good job. And keep in mind, at this point in the game, you don't need to be already flying around the map and going into the air and all that. You can play static at the beginning like this. I know you were worried about that a little bit. This is totally fine. You're kind of doing what you should be doing here. Good start. I mean, your aim's looking good so far. Good job. Nice. Be careful of peeking this. Be patient. Just be patient. There you go. The cool part about health regen in this game is also that generally it gives you an idea that if your HP is starting to regen, there's a good chance the person looking at you has probably stopped looking at you, right? Because I think, what is it, 5 seconds to kick that in nowadays? Something like that. Generally, they're already, so it gives you kind of a good indicator of when a good time to peek again is. But so far, it's been fine. You could ult this if you want to. Remember, you need to be accurate with... Okay, so just to make it clear with your ultimate, and at first I struggle with this too. Basically, when you direct hit someone, it will then pull people in and do a lot more. So when you said panic ults, I guess this is what you meant, because I don't think the cart is going to count here to pull them in. So don't think of it as you're going to use a grab on the floor, right? And pull them in. You need to be accurate with it. And that's why they have it set up that way, to be a very fast ultimate that you can build. Now, to anybody new to Freja and doesn't understand you see the bottom part next to the ult charge? This is probably a good thing to bring up. How that says 2 out of 3. So the way it works is every time you get a kill, it will give you that up to 3, and then I think it gives you 25% ult charge or something when it hits 3 right there. The point being is it's a very high skill shot ultimate you can get quickly. So if you're going to go for your ultimate, you don't want to throw it on the floor to try to bring him in like a grav. You want to hit somebody with it so it brings people in and then does more. So you'll see it in a second. The next kill that the Freja gets, the ult charge will go up really fast. Watch the Freja not get a kill for a while. We're just sitting here waiting. You're playing a little bit too aggressive right now. I just want to point that out. I don't mind you going for that angle at times, but you need to give your teammates full opportunity to be back. This is fine now. This is a normal spot. Here we go. Good job. Here's the Zen in the back line. Okay, now did you see how the ult charge went up like that really fast? Because the Freja got the kill, that's how that works. So that's what that means if you ever see that and wonder what the UI means or how that works in general. So it was pretty straightforward there, so. Yep. This was a great flank play, a good job. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but so far your gameplay hasn't felt static. That's for sure. You're involved in team fights, you're going for kills, you're taking angles. That part isn't an issue right now. So if you were concerned about that, I would say what you're doing thus far is good. Okay? Thus far. Obviously, there's still plenty of time in this game. Okay, ult time. Oh, that was close. Did you see how the ultimate didn't do much damage right there? That's what I'm referencing. That looks great on paper. If you're oh damn, didn't pull anybody in and he didn't do any damage. But if that hit, the Sojourn, that would have pulled everybody in, it would have done a lot more damage, and you'd be okay, wow. If people were wondering, if you do get a bunch of kills, I do think it counts towards the ult charge. Let's say you kill 3 people in your ultimate, that would count towards more ult charge again, get you to your next ult charge. So. Yeah, Bob can do damage to you there. Just be careful. It's better to play DPS on third person or first person in Stadium? I think I don't know, whatever. I think whatever you want to play. I've seen people play both. I mean, obviously there could be one that's stronger, but go with what you're better at, what you enjoy more. It's killed by your diva. Also, I'm correct. I think you need the final blows too, just so people understand that part too. I think it's final blows. You know, I do that too. It's right here, by the way. Okay? Did it not used to be here? I do the same thing. I drop down. I'm like, wouldn't it make more sense for the health back to be here? So I guess it's supposed to be a line and it's part of the lore. But I do that all the time too. It's right. No, I guess this one's in front of the elevator. They never used the right-click dash combo? Yeah, I mean, here's my take on that, though. That's why I said I couldn't really give them full advice on Freya just yet. Like, I know of the combos. I know of, like, they could probably be in the air more, you know, going for cool shots frequently, etc. But, like, you have to remember, they said they're in silver right now. So I'm not trying to, like, one, overcomplicate a bunch of things, but two, I also don't have enough playtime on Freya to be like, go for this combo, do this. I can talk about position, and that applies to pretty much any hero, no matter if the hero has been in the game since the game came out or if the hero's new. I can help with that stuff, and that's kind of what we're more aiming towards right now because it's really hard to find. I don't have enough time on Freya or enough time seeing Freya to be able to really give you the full advice in that one. There's a lot you can do. It just, you know, they're doing pretty good so far. I would recommend shooting there instead of staring at them. There's the ult charge. See? Now you have it. Nice job. That's gonna do a lot more damage. Don't be afraid to peek that, by the way. That right there. Okay. You said sometimes you feel like you play static. That is an area where you follow up on your ultimate, in my opinion. I think you can get 2 or 3 final blows there, and now you're back to like 30% ult charge already if you do that. So that's, you know, I think that would be a good idea in that situation, right? But yeah, so far you've been playing Freya fairly well, in my opinion. I don't even mind this play. I just be ready to get out of there. All right, just be ready to get out of there. There you go. This, by the way, this is still fine for now. As long as they're not going for you, this is a totally fine play. Because you have an angle, you have map control above them. Like, this is fine. There's an Ashe right there. Maybe you get a kill. Don't you love the part where you think you have a free kill and then they move last second? There you go. Nice. I thought that sequence was fine. I think as Freya, you're playing just fine. Outside of your ultimates, and like, even your positioning's been solid so far. Also, Freya's a fun hero. When I finally start getting on the rank grind again, keep in mind the reason why I say that is because I've been playing a lot of Stadium. I'm gonna have to try playing some Freya, because Freya just seems really fun. Although I think they're still like trying to buff Freya, aren't they? Or like I don't even know. Yeah, you remember your ultimates again are better. You have to hit them. Your ultimate is not like just a grab. You have to hit them with your ult. So I think that's something you'll probably do less of over time. It's okay if you miss it. It just feels like sometimes you're just throwing it at the floor. Zen right in front of you. Oh boy. Is that one of those rare moments where the crossbow actually like kind of blocked the Zen? Like I saw the Zen, but I can see why like you would miss Zen for a second. Behind you. Yeah, this is where you're positioning kind of straight away. As they got map control, the last thing you wanted to do was put yourself in this corner. It's actually, this spot's one of the spots I see people go to sometimes and they just fall over. You would want to rotate out this way to be with your team and be in a better spot. And you had that opportunity when you were around here, even when you could have went underneath before the cart got to the corner. So just maybe rotate a little bit better. I think that got you killed there. I think that's important. Because that's where, like, that's probably where your positioning strays off. When you get in these more aggressive styles, I think you feel the need to be really aggressive. But, like, being aggressive is also about doing it at the right time, and that wasn't the correct time because they already rotated past your team. So if they find you there, that's it. You're going like back to spawn pretty quickly, which would happen. You go, well, what about the other play they made on second point? Why was that better? That's because you're really far away. If they have to go for you, they have to go out of their way to go for you. So like the last thing they could do is just chase you, and if they do chase you and kill you eventually, They've spent so much time wasted doing that, you'll be back before they even, like, can get anything going. So that makes more sense, right? Nice job. Going a little bit more aggressive on backline here so far. That's okay. Good job. Eva got a little bit aggressive, but hey, you know, sometimes a tank wants to play too. Now you wait. Now you wait. And you... Okay. Missing your shot, playing an off angle. That might be a good diva ult. Hey, got one. That's always a good ult. You ended up in a spot you don't want to end up at, but maybe that was just because you had to go there. It worked out either way, so at least you knew you had to get away to cover. Yep, good right click, good job. There's some more ult charge to that kill too. Getting past the wall for now. I'm okay with this. Now back away. Yep. Good job. Getting out of there with map control. I mean, like I said, I don't think... I don't know, like, outside of your ultimates and a couple of, like, rough plays on your position and that were, like, more you just rotated incorrectly than anything, I think you've been playing fine. I think thus far it's been a good game out of you. In my opinion. To your left, that's a sim. Okay. Some players can be really good at one half, right? Like some players are really good on attack, but on defense, you know, a struggle, vice versa. So, we'll see. Right idea, though. Going high ground behind, using your mobility. Now you gotta be careful. Be ready to get out of there, okay? Think anybody will get across the Rialto Bridge. Played very aggressive, so if they get you here, that was fine. Good job. Junkrat in front. Yeah. I want to like comment on the gameplay, but nothing's happening so far. You're stuck in your spawn for a little bit, and there you go. Nice, good job. This is just the other team's playing really close up, and eventually your team should be able to grind through this. You're doing the right play. This is totally correct out of you so far. You don't want to force the play. You got to kill. You wait for your teammates. You take a little bit of time. I'm okay with this for now because your teammates have made it right below you to the bridge, so you're not going to be the #1 issue there. You're fine. Position is solid. You got behind them. D.Va's probably D-maxed. You have the high ground control now. Hitting good shots. Your decision-making's been fine thus far. Outside of the moments that we've mentioned, which you already know those moments, so. Okay. Yep. Wait it out. Correct play. Now you wait it out even longer. Wait it out even longer. You're fine. Yeah, I know you want to probably be healed here, but this is the correct play. There's a giant sim wall there. Also, that regen takes so much longer to heal than a tank does because it's all percentage-based. It's always interesting when I watch that. Like, that took forever for your HP to go up. Holy crap. Yep. Angle's fine for now. You're taking a side angle. Again, I don't really have an issue with that play. It's just your teammates are dead. Taking the off angle here to peek. Apparently you just disappeared. So far it's working. One thing I just want to pause, even though like you survive this and it might work out, I want you to be careful of like peeking one of those doorways in like a 2v5. I do it sometimes too and I don't recognize it. When you're down in numbers, I'd say play to survive and get like a random like flank pick like you just did here. Imagine doing that without them knowing you're there completely, rather than just trying to like peek and like go for that early kill. I mean, maybe it works out, but I just think that when you're down in numbers and you're waiting for your teammates to get back, they kind of knew you were going to peek that doorway anyway. Oh no. Truthfully, that was just you lost the 1v1. Your positioning was fine. You put yourself in a decent spot. You just lost the 1v1. maybe the advice is, I mean, there's still advice to be had here. I mean, the ultimates have been not good, right? They've been generally just shot at the ground like a grab, which is not how you want to do it. You have to hit them to get that grab effect. And then, like, you know, the position at times can be a little bit too over the top. Or a little bit off, right? It hasn't been bad by any means, but it had a lot of room for improvement still. Muriner, they said 6 months of tier 1. Thank you. This would be a great ultimate. Yes, there's the stick. See? Yes! There you go. See how much better that is? Also, look at the L charge, chat, after the limbs. See? That's what I'm talking about. That's why you have to be accurate with that ult. You have to hit them with it. It's so much better when it does. Good kills. Good job. Hey, any of these final blows you get is going to be great for your ult charge. Look at that ult charge already. Remember the ult that was just used, chat? This is what I mean with Freja. You managed to get that, like, that passive twice by getting the limbs, and now you have your ult again. Okay. I'm just stretching. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Nice. An accurate ult again. Good job. Got the kill. Good res by the Mercy. Now, remember, obviously there's more you can do with the kit, too, right? Like, let's say that, like, let me give you an example. If you find that you're struggling, don't be afraid to, like, go into the air, do your slow-mo. There you go. That's exactly what I wanted you to do, and I think you could do a little bit more of it. So, like, right there, obviously, they get you there. I mean, it was still a good play up into that, but I definitely think you could, if you feel like you're too static sometimes, don't be afraid to be more of a playmaker on Freja. It doesn't mean you haven't been good at Freja, but, like, there's definitely opportunities where you have a free kill and you don't go to follow up and you play it a little bit too safe. So... you're getting the flank kill here. Nice job. Good kill. That's what I mean, though. Like, right there when you went for an aggressive kill like that, that's what I'm talking about. That was a very good kill. Okay. Going around. I want to see how you play this. Remember, you can go up into the... Okay, one thing you're not doing a lot of, and I've noticed this, is sometimes you're afraid to use your, like your mobility. I want to start to get you into the flow of using that ability a little bit more, all right? And the reason why I want you to do that, the gameplay flow of Freja is a lot of that. You get aggressive. It's like, it's the equivalent, if you didn't use that ability to be more aggressive to get, like, to win those 1v1s against a Junkrat or, like, take angles, it'd be the equivalent of, like, not using recall on Tracer or something. Like, you have the ability to be like, yeah, you know what, I'm good. Nice ult. This might actually result in a kill. Good job touching the point. Now let's see if that ends up paying off. You made the right play there, getting the kill and touching the point. Now it's on you and your team to get the rest done here. Stop the res, you have beat. Maybe there's a chance.
I can't shake me that easy.
We're outnumbered.
Here we go. And you lost the game. I mean, like, real talk, and I'm just going to summarize it quickly. Start aiming your ultimate at people and be a little bit more aggressive with your mobility. It will go well. I'm telling you. Great aim, good positioning. I think you'll be out of silver if you keep this up. You got this. You absolutely got this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube, leave a comment. We stream all this. Stop by the stream if you haven't. We have a lot of fun here. And if you want to watch more spectating to see how to get better, well, or just to watch spectating. Depends what you want to do. The little square box thing with the stuff, videos. Go watch the next one. Hope you have an amazing day / night.